Okay, so this is a series of videos about building this little game here, and I'm not finished with it. I'm right in the middle of it because you can see he moves up and down, he shoots bullets, but the enemy travels right through him. I've got that Adafruit enemy star coming after him, and seeing the stars going in the background and everything. So this is really fun. Okay. Point being, this is an ESP8266 SSD 1306 with built-in little buttons here, which is really cool. All right, so I want to rant about libraries to begin with. This is the cutest little device. This is an ESP32 with an OLED screen built onto it. And look at that. My thumbnail is bigger than the screen. So when I got it, I couldn't figure out how to get it programmed or anything. And I found comments that said to use a U8G2 library. And it worked great. And I got hooked on this little library and started doing all kinds of things. And you can see it's a little clock. It's connected to the Wi-Fi, getting internet time. And it says it's 12, what does it say? 12, 17, 24, 25, 26. My Roman numeral clock here going on, even though I still have daylight savings times on it. Anyway, U8G2 is a really cool little monochrome library. And I started out with it on this. The problem I was having, you see my little rocket, you go on these icon websites and you download these cute little pictures for free, and I never could get a converter to come out correct. It slices them up and moves them around. I never could find a rocket or any icons that would work. And it worked great with Adafruit. And I started thinking, wait a minute, let me try Adafruit. And sure enough, it's exact same. Everything's built off Adafruit, I swear. So they never get enough credit. Or I should say Lady Ada never gets enough credit for setting all this up and getting it going. And so this is using the Adafruit library. And it works great. And so I will continue down this line. And as long as I'm ranting about libraries, something I learned, especially, I don't want to say especially with the U8G2 library, but it's a great little library, and I think he even has more. But this is the This is the cheap yellow display, and I think my cable is bad. So I don't have a picture going on right now. There we go. This is the cheap yellow display. You see, I like my Roman numerals. And on Random Nerd Tutorials, and there's another couple that does great work. For the cheap yellow display, they were using the... Actually, I think they were using the SPI underscore E TFT library, I think. But they may have been using a different library. The problem is, this is not right side up. This does not have the revision R, so it is not the correct version to use with the library they were using. And now that I say that, I do not think it was that library I just said. What I found was this Love Young. Yes, my cable is bad, and I changed it a few minutes ago. This one's going in the garbage. I found a Love Yawn GFX library, and it is fantastic, and I've been battling through learning it and sprites and stuff. That is a whole nother can of worms. because everything's in Japanese. I've had to go through and convert everything to English so I could figure out what the heck was going on. And I am still battling trying to learn what's going on. But it's really cool, and I really like that. So the Love Young library, and what I learned about this library is that you can use a header file for other displays to configure the other displays. And that's what I didn't like about the TFT. Is it the TFT underscore E SPI, or is it SPI? I think it's TFT underscore E SPI by Bormer or something like that. The point being, you have to keep going in the library and configuring the files inside the library. And I didn't like that. It was getting messy because if I changed from one board to the next, it was a pain in the butt. Point being that I found that with the Love Young, I can do a header file, and I can set up any board, and the header stays with the little program, the little INO file for the Arduino. So I'm thinking that you could set up the same thing with the TFT underscore ESPI library, where you put a header on in with the program instead of having to change it every time. Anyway, that's my thought. That's libraries, painful library problems. This is a 6-minute video, 7-minute video, which went longer than I wanted. And I will get into how to find the little icons and how to convert them. That's going to be the next video. And then we'll get into making them move, getting movement with buttons and the other things. So I want to do just a little bit at a time, not try to throw everything in all at once. So it'll be a series. Thank you very much.